Okay, use the Pythagorean theorem to find the length of the missing side of the triangle. So here we have a triangle. It's got two legs given to us. Now we're using the Pythagorean theorem, so we have to go under the assumption that this is a right angle. This only works with a right angle there. So we have a triangle that's given the two legs, but we don't know the hypotenuse right here. Remember, for a right triangle, the legs or the sides attached to the 90-degree angle are called the legs. The longest side, which is the side opposite of the 90-degree angle, is always the hypotenuse, and that is always represented by the letter C. So you've heard of this theorem. The theorem looks like this: a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Meaning, in any right triangle, the sum of the legs squared is always equal to the hypotenuse squared. So the way you use the theorem here is, we know one leg is 3 and one leg is 4. This could be my A, this could be my B. The A or B doesn't really matter. Your two legs doesn't matter, as long as you get the hypotenuse correct. So I'm going to write here 3 squared plus the other leg, which is 4 squared, has to equal to my hypotenuse squared. This is my value C. That's what I'm trying to figure out. So let's keep this going. We're going to get 9 plus 16 has to equal to my hypotenuse squared. Keep it going. This is 25 has to be equal to my hypotenuse squared. So we want to find this missing side. What we've determined so far is that that side squared, C squared, has to be equal to 25. Now, please don't make the common mistake students make, which is telling me that this side is 25. This side is not 25. What we know is that this side squared would be 25. So what number squared is 25? The answer would be 5. What we typically do at this last step to get the answer, if C squared has to be 25, then hopefully it makes sense to you that C itself would be the square root of 25. The value C will be whatever the square root of 25 is, which in this case, square root of 25 is 5. So if C squared is 25, then C has to be whatever number squared gives you 25, which is the square root of 25. In this case, it's 5. So whatever the units were, if this was 3 inches and 4 inches, this would be 5 inches. This was the usefulness of the Pythagorean theorem. If you have a right triangle and you know two sides, the Pythagorean theorem will always help you figure out the length of the third side.